Uh-oh. Man, are you serious? I gotta take this.
Sir, just what are we facing here?
A relic of the old world. Ready your men, Captain. We will only get one chance. And remember, when you hear the whispers, call for help. Do not attack.
When you hear the whispers, what do you think he was on about?
It's Dorman, right?
Mamma mia!
Yeah?
Then Dorman.
I like your
Shut your
style,
damn mouth.
friend.
Ugh, why do we always get
Thank you.
rookies?
Hey, the kid's got a mean cleave. Give him a chance.
Quiet.
Sullen!
A mean cleave, eh, Captain? Rookie can't even lift his own sword. Captain Oren? Captain?
What the hell is this?
Rain! Send the signal!
What the fuck?
Rain!
F word.
On my back, blade up!
Come on! I'm ready.
Yeah, they have cinematics now?
It's a man.
No, it's not. Run.
Thank you.
Captain!
Oh, it's the guy. That guy's in the game. Shit. He's in one of the towns.
Stop! Humanity isn't ready.
On your feet, lad.
Sir, the captain,
You'll be fine. Here.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is this?
Get the body.
Stop. Mortal. It can still be contained. You don't know what you have unleashed.
Your kind no longer control this world. We cannot destroy your body, it's true. But you will watch as we destroy everything you have built. Bind him! Feed. Grow, my child. I'll make sure you can eat your fill.
Butt hash. Jack Miller, Fox 30 News.
Alright. Oh yeah, that's in Act 1. There's a tree in Act 1. Ah, cool. Wow, they have cutscenes. Whoa.
Existence is a thing of beauty. Precious, but impermanent. Life and death are mortal enemies, and yet bound to one another. The continuation of life must be protected at all costs. Some have said my methods are brutal. To this, I
Naked
say,
Dad Factory?
there can be no salvation without sacrifice.
Cool move. Cool flip. Whoa, everyone does flips. Except Magic. This is gonna be fun. Oh, Ascendancy. They haven't shown any yet, have they? Oh, shh. Oh! Transformation? Channeling while moving, dude. That's fucking tight. Walking around and channeling a skill? That's fucking sweet.
We are
It's
faced
like a
with
different
the end,
genre.
and I will do what I must.
Whoa. Cool. It looks so good. Whoa. Whoa. Cool. Yeah, breach.
Those who obsess with death, let them soon be acquainted with it.
Whoa. What the fuck?
Explore the dark forests of Ogham. Traverse the barren plains of...
What? Is that me? F. Okay, that's them.
the
Oh,
Visteri
okay.
Desert. And
No, it's
delve into
effing.
the jungle ruins of Exile. an
It's
ancient
them, not
Val
me.
city. There are
Why are they
challenges...
effing? Oh my god, why are you effing?
You might have noticed in the bottom left of the screen that the flask slots look a
Whoa.
little different.
Whoa.
In PoE 2, you have one dedicated life flask slot and one mana flask slot. Flasks gain charges as you kill enemies,
Two
and typically
slots?
allow you to heal 6 or 7 times if they're full. But that's not the only thing you can use charges for. Charms are a new item type that will
Charm?
automatically defend you from various debuffs or damage types. Having trouble with getting frozen? Equip a Thawing Charm. When it's fully charged, it will make you immune to freeze for 3 seconds if you get frozen.
3 seconds?
To recharge them, just kill more monsters.
Oh, so they're like flasks.
You can gain
just
more
don't
slots
use
for
them.
charms by upgrading your belt.
Whoa.
For the crossbow, you will find skills that work like shotguns, sniper rifles, assault
Whoa.
rifles,
Whoa.
and even grenade launchers.
That's really
But
cool.
not only that, if you're looking to take a back seat and let your minions do the work, then the witch should be your choice.
Minions
Spells,
are awesome
specialty
in this
minions,
game. They
curses, and
automatically
sacrificial
respawn.
magic.
You don't have to recast them.
Before we talk about minions, we'll have to talk about
They're
a
like
new
energy
resource in
shield.
Path of Exile 2
They
called
recharge
Spirit.
if you haven't taken damage.
This is a spirit gem, which allows you to pick from a range of persistent skills. All classes have a variety of these skills which can add some very interesting effects,
Thanks,
like Arctic
Lance.
Armor, which
Thanks,
does
everyone.
cold damage to enemies that hit you, or Raging Spirits, which summon fiery skulls each time you cast a
Those
fire
look
spell.
cool.
Path of Exile 2 has a system of support gems that can be combined with your active skills to dramatically change the way they work. If you find a support gem, then right-clicking it will open up this screen. Here you will find a variety of recommended support gems for each
That's
of your
really
skills that
nice.
you can pick between.
And there's a guy that talks
For example,
to you. This guy.
This is a multiple projectiles support gem and can be used to add multiple
when
projectiles
you hover
to any
over a
skill.
skill, he reads it to
Normally,
you
when you
with
fire
his
a grenade,
voice.
it'll look like this. But if we add multiple projectiles, then you get 3 of them. Once you have the gem, you can also freely move it between any of the skills on your character. So, speaking of builds, let's talk about one of the most iconic Path of Exile systems, the passive skill tree.
Woo.
Yes, it's huge. There are over 1,500 nodes on there. Now, a lot of people open the tree and can get a little intimidated at first, but try not to be scared. There are lots of options,
Don't
but
be
at its
scared,
core,
homie.
it's pretty simple. A great example is Giant's Blood, which allows you to wield two-hand weapons in a single hand.
Whoa!
But doubles the attribute requirements of them.
That's tight.
You can use a two-hand mace with a shield, or even dual wield them.
A two-hander plus a shield?
Items. That's why we're all here, right? Items in Path of Exile can be broken down into 4 rarity groups: normal, magic, rare, and unique. One of the things you're going to want to do as you play through the campaign is upgrade the items you find, and you can do that with currency items. An Orb of Transmutation will allow you to upgrade a normal item to a magic item with 1 mod. You can then apply an Orb of Augmentation to add a second mod, then use a Regal Orb to add a third mod, and upgrade it to a rare. Finally, you can use some Exalted Orbs to add more mods to your rare to a total of 6 mods. As well as making the drop rates on these items much more common, you can also get them by disenchanting unwanted gear at the magic item vendor. If you disenchant magic items, you can build up to an Orb of Transmutation.
Oh, well, that's
and
the
by
same as
disenchanting
before.
rares, you can build up to Regal Orbs. Some items you find will have sockets that can have Ezomite runes placed in them that add more mods to the item. If I insert this Glacial rune into my helmet, it will give extra cold resistance. This is a great way to solve problems that you have with your build, like resistances or damage. If you find socketed items that you don't have a use for, you can take them to the salvage bench in town to work towards an Artificer's Orb. This will allow you to add sockets to your existing items.
Say word?
Body armors and two-hand weapons can have up to 2 sockets, while the rest of your armor and one-hand weapons can only have 1 socket. You can also salvage items with quality to create items like armor scraps or whetstones. These will allow you to increase the quality of your items for an up to 20% boost.
That is tight. Diablo.
If you don't want
That's
to
way better
disenchant
than
or
the
salvage
socket
your
system in
items, you can always
PoE
sell them
1.
for gold.
6 links
Gold can
low.
be used to buy items from vendors, and we've tried to do a lot to make sure that the items they have for sale are actually useful. Uniques.
Oh, damn.
They are especially rare, each with a handcrafted set of unusual mods which can dramatically change a character's
Gamble
build.
Sprint?
They're not just better rare items, they can do much stranger things that can fundamentally change your character. The Sands of Silk is a body armor that changes your dodge roll into a blink,
Whoa!
morphing you into sand as you teleport
Are you
past your
fucking
foes.
kidding?
And of course, some uniques are just pure hits of dopamine.
Dodge
Quill
roll
Ring,
into a
which just
blink?
turns your bow attacks into full auto by doubling your attack speed. Each unique is something that you can build your character around. We try to make sure that most unique items have a potential use at endgame, even if you find them early on. And as you can see, every single unique item comes with custom art to match.
Damn, tits out.
The last character progression system that you can do during the campaign is Ascension. Starting in Act 2, you will come across Ascension trials.
Oh, damn.
Tests that you must complete to unlock your Ascension class. We'll explain these trials soon, but first let's take a look at what Ascending can do for your character.
I hope he's back.
Each class has access to 3 Ascendancy classes.
Oh, shit.
But at the start of Early Access, only 2 per class will be available.
2.
Ascendancy classes are unique to each character class, so choose wisely. They can drastically affect how you build your character.
What are they?
As a sorceress, you could become a Stormweaver, a master of the elements. Tempest Caller causes elemental storms to be summoned each time you do a critical hit with a spell. With Strike twice, you can stack 2 copies of Shock for more damage. And going deeper into the tree, you can make all your damage types apply Shock.
Nice.
Make a Shock build from any skill. Alternatively, you could become a Chronomancer and command time itself. She literally has the ability to stop time with Time Freeze.
Say word!
Not only that, but she has many other time manipulation abilities. Using Temporal Rift, she can teleport back to a previous location, resetting her life and mana back to what it was. Or with Time Snap, she can reset all her cooldowns and cast all her spells again.
What?
On the Warrior, you can choose between the Warbringer or the Titan. The Warbringer channels the might of his ancestors to gain tremendous power. Using Answered Call, you can summon ancestral spirits linked to each of your totems.
Summoner?
With Jade Heritage, you can encase your body in a protective layer that absorbs all damage until it breaks.
That sounds cheap in this game.
Warcaller's Bellow allows you to explode the corpses of your enemies. And with Great Wolf's Howl, you can ignore the cooldowns of your war cries. Running Assault allows her to move much more quickly while firing, while Relentless Pursuit makes her totally immune to being slowed.
That is so sick.
The Witch
that
can
is
ascend
crazy.
into the Infernalist or the Blood Mage.
Did you see that last one?
As an Infernalist,
30%
she can summon
less
a loyal
movement speed
Hellhound
penalty?
companion.
That's fucking
The
crazy.
Hellhound sets enemies on fire, as well as taking a percentage of the damage if the Infernalist gets hit. She can also transform into a literal demon.
Whoa.
While in demon form, she takes an increasing amount of damage, but her cast speed and damage increase rapidly as well. So if you're planning on transforming into a demon, make sure you stack a lot of life recovery.
She a hoe?
You could also choose to become a gemling legionnaire, enhancing your abilities by embedding gems directly in your flesh.
What?
Integrated efficiency will give you extra skill slots. Thermatological infusion gives you extra maximum resistances as you sock up more and more support gems. Adaptive capability allows you to use any color of gem without worrying about attributes.
Say
while
what?
crystalline potential adds extra quality bonuses to every gem socketed into your character. So those are the Ascendancy classes for the start.
I'm looking at this guy,
But one
butt
thing we
pirate
haven't talked
build.
about, to enter, a warrior of the Maraketh must prove their worth by trapping the soul of a djinn in a coin, and you are no different. Once you have earned your coin, it may be placed on the relic altar to begin the trial.
Whoa.
Thank you.
What?
In the
Sanctum.
Trial of the Seconders,
is
each room
the-
has its own challenges to overcome. In this room, each rare monster you kill will send its blood to the chalice in the center of the room. Once the chalice is filled, you will be able to proceed.
Sanctum trial?
Once you have claimed your reward, you will be shown a map of the rest of the floor and may choose how you
Oh
wish to
my
proceed.
god, dude.
Which challenges would you like to face?
This shit's about to be a huge pain in the ass like crazy, dude. This game is hard. This is about to be a huge pain in the ass, dude.
Another requires you to escort the stone idol through the level as
Oh,
elevators full of
God.
monsters descend to attack you.
Escort.
Should you be able to get through the first
Whoa,
three
look at that
chambers,
bird!
it's your first boss.
Holy shit.
The order of the bosses is random, and combined with the tribulations you have selected, the fight will
That's
never
a
feel the
dope
same.
looking bird. Bird boss. Witch hunter.
Now, it's possible to go much deeper. There are more bosses,
I think I'm gonna
rewards,
pick
and
the
risks
gun
to take,
class.
but we'll talk more about that when we get to Endgame. So how about we talk about that now?
Woo!
Something that happens almost every time a new action RPG launches is people saying, there isn't enough in-game content. Well, we want to make sure that in PoE 2, people don't feel that way. And we actually only changed our development priority for this recently. The first 3 acts of PoE 2 already take around 25 hours to complete if you're a new player. This is already a pretty significant campaign. On the other hand, people spend hundreds of hours in endgame each league. We realized that finishing the rest of the campaign for early access was actually a bad idea. Instead of having acts 4 to 6 in early access, we could concentrate on endgame and make that great.
What?
For new players, a 25-hour campaign is already a huge game with lots of content. But for existing action RPG players, what you mostly care about is all the in-game challenges to overcome. So several months ago, we switched the entire development team's focus over to making in-game content. At the start of early access, there will be 50 bosses and around 400 monster types. But the great thing is that the rest of the game is like 80% there. We'll be adding content to roughly double the size of the game during early access and into release.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile 2. One thing that Path of Exile is known for is having a lot of distinct in-game content to choose between. For Path of Exile 2, we decided to start with 7 distinct systems you can progress through.
This is the Atlas, and it serves as the core of the endgame for Path of Exile 2. It's infinite and expands in all directions. To go to an area, simply click one that is adjacent to an area that you have already completed. Insert the waystone and click Traverse. Portals will open, allowing you and your party to travel to the area you have selected. The more dangerous a map is, the more waystones will drop. Adding mods to your waystones is key to progressing to higher tiers and sustaining them. But it will require you to take on larger challenges. If you played PoE 1, you might be familiar with Breach. For PoE 2, we have created sequels to several PoE 1 leagues. While the mechanic is familiar, the monsters, bosses, rewards, and progression are all new. You can also find Breach Rings, a special base type that can have its quality improved by catalysts up to 50%.
Wow.
In this case, you could create a ring with around 170 life. Breach rings can become some of the strongest rings in the game, giving you some good motivation to face the demon hordes. In addition, each endgame mechanic needs to have a pinnacle endgame encounter. While killing breach monsters, you may find breach splinters. Collect enough of these and you'll be able to create a breach stone. Using a Vaal technology called the Realm Gate, you can use your breach stone to access their domain and bring the fight to them. In this twisted domain, you will find nothing but a single massive breach. Triggering it will reveal hordes of breach inhabitants.
That looks tight. Look at all the hands everywhere. Man, this looks so cool.
We that dreamed. We in nightmare. We that are one.
just one of the pinnacle encounters of PoE 2. We won't be showing the rest of them, so you will have to discover them for yourself. But rest assured, this is some of the hardest content we have ever made. Have an item with good prefixes but bad suffixes? This omen will help you to remove the mod you don't want while keeping the ones you do. There are a bunch more of these with different effects, but we will leave them for you to discover. Corruption prevents an item from being modified further, so it has to be the last step of your craft. But it's also the most impactful one. For example, if you use one on your body armor, it might add a new powerful enchantment, or it might re-roll up to half of its modifiers. File orbs also have the ability to add a socket, allowing you to bypass the normal restriction of how many sockets an item can have.
Sockets!
A body armor could get up to 3 sockets this way, allowing for a significant number of mods. File orbs can even modify uniques. Adding enchantments or sockets to uniques can make them incredibly powerful, but there is a good chance that you will break them as well. Had enough yet? Because there is still just one more thing. The most difficult content in Path of Exile 2. While mapping, you might come across this fortress that has emerged from underground, surrounded by an enormous maze riddled with danger. Is the maze preventing something from getting in, or something getting out? This fortress is of ancient origin, and its construction has similarities to the towers and tablets that you have been using on your journey through the endgame. It is clear from the entrance that there are 3 keys required to enter. Local factions are vying for access to the fortress in order to seize the power they believe will be inside. Each of the faction's leaders have managed to get their hands on one of the keys, so you will need to defeat them. Kill all the Uber bosses and you will gain access to the fortress. We aren't going to spoil it as we can't wait to see you guys attempt it for the first time. But is there a tree you get points in after killing it? Of course there is. This is Path of Exile. There is always another tree.
Overkill, you say? I think the Karui people would disagree. Why not drop a gigantic totem on rare enemies you slay to crush them to a pulp? Replace your crafting bench in your hideout with the Ancestral Canoe crafting bench.
Canoe?
Where Ancestral Chief Mata will summon a giant canoe manned by Karui warriors to aid in your crafting desires.
Canoe crafting bench?
Why restrict yourself to just one island when you can liberate more? The Beacon of Salvation hideout comes equipped with your own collection of small islands and personal operators of boats that you can use to row between them. Just walk to the piers, click a boat to enter, and navigate as you choose. Decorate each island as you see fit to best represent your well-earned hideout. Everyone in your hideout can use their own boat.
Weird.
Why not have some races?
What?
You can also get the window to
Boat
Twilight
races.
portal effect. We'd really like to thank you for your ongoing support. Without you guys, Path of Exile 2 could not have happened. Now, I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. Stick around, because coming up next, we have a live Q&A with
Here
CD.
we go, dude. Questions. PoE shits on D4.
Right? And so
what doesn't
all
shit
these
on
options
D4,
is, like,
dude?
ultra key, and that is
what
Path of
doesn't
Exile
shit
1
on
has taught us.
D4?
And again, it's like, I'd say lessons.
That's not even like a
learned,
compliment
for
or
the
hard
genre,
to
and it is
achieve.
expanding in other games.
D3
and stuff,
shits on D4,
yeah,
dude.
certainly is.
I feel like I'm watching The View.
If you think back
I
to say
wouldn't
Diablo
know,
2, which obviously
amigo.
still holds a lot of,
We got a
power
View fan
in terms
over
of
here.
design motivations
What does
and
that
philosophy
feel
and
like?
stuff within the company.
What's it feel like being
You
a
get things like the super
55-year-old
uniques,
woman?
And PoE1 did them, and it's just like, here's a boss with
Nice
one or two
tits.
skills.
So much for us now to play around with in the beta, and it seems like originally I was thinking, we might be playing for a few weeks here, and then maybe going back over some Path of Exile 1 stuff. But it seems like you guys want us playing through Christmas.
That would certainly be good. Look, there's enough stuff there. I think it will take people a long time to get through.
Yep.
And I mean, obviously, it's also going to be the first time people are playing through a completely fresh campaign as well.
Yeah, would you grow up?
I mean,
Man, I laughed for like 15 seconds at
Path of
that.
Exile 2 leads, are going to be, like,
and I'm not done,
like you
bitch.
play them for like a reasonable
fucking
time.
baiter, dude.
And then there's certainly a lot of worry that like there's just going to be builds that are like completely ridiculous that we just never anticipated with combining certain things.
That's
going to
happen, guaranteed.
Hundreds of support gems that can be like that. So that's
Guaranteed.
going to be an interesting one.
It will happen.
Yeah, for sure.
It is inevitable, right? Like, there's nothing we can even do about it because
There's nothing we can do about it.
Thousands
That's
of hours
sick.
of testing to be able to do that with what can only be done with hundreds of thousands of players.
That's so sick.
But
it can't be
that's
done.
also the magic of it all, which is awesome.
That's the magic,
That's why I was
dude.
asking,
That it
like,
can't be
you
done.
literally-
And it really came
yeah,
about
honestly,
because,
I'm so
when actually
glad
looking
that
at
the
what new
guys
players
who
were having
made the
trouble
game
with
that
when
I
they were
like
playing.
are these
Last
guys.
Piano was actually,
Because
like,
I mean,
even
there
from
are
the
so
very
many
beginning of the
games
game,
out there that
actually,
got
one
a
of those
bunch of
things that, like,
Chipotle
had
pants
trouble
inside the
finding. Just the
shop
manual dexterity
Kazuya
required
glasses
to, like,
and
hit
shit.
all the
Like,
different
damn,
blast
man.
keys
I'm glad I don't like that trash.
You have to know
These guys
when one
are
of your classes went out,
geniuses,
so you
man.
move to the
They
next
know
one and
how to
various
make
things like that.
dope
All that stuff
shit,
actually
and they
was,
never
just
fuck
a
up. And when they
weirdly
do, they
large amount of
say,
mechanical complexity
"Sorry,
right from
we'll
the
do
very
better
beginning.
next time."
And then
We
even at
fucked
Endgame,
up.
I don't think it was really that satisfying.
You're never
either,
gonna
because
hear
you ended
that
up with,
shit
like,
out of
you
the
know, just, like, having to
Namcops.
press all these
Hey,
buttons all the
sorry,
time.
we fucked
Obviously, that's
up.
all
Yeah,
utility
right.
flags that people are using at Endgame.
You'll never
And then
fucking
we
hear
kinda
that
tried
shit
to
out of
band-aid
them.
this-
Blizz finally announced an armory for season 7. Season 7
Yeah, you
of
need to look into
what?
that, by the way. The whole flashback.
The fuck are you
I feel like
talking
you know
about?
my-
Diablo
These are the
4
fun
is on
bits. Discovering
season
that stuff can
7,
be very
dude?
fun for the players. It's just
What
internally,
the
it's like,
fuck?
what are we
How?
doing? It can get a little bit panicky after release, you know.
How are they on
there's
season
lots of things
7?
going on, you're like, at
I
this
haven't
point,
played since season
Because
1.
Yeah.
And it
I'm
sucked.
going to be torturing us with like
And it
releasing
still
beta stuff at the
sucks.
same time.
Watch
We saw a
Godzilla
cinematic.
-1. Shit was
To put
top.
it lightly, it
That's
was pretty-
cool. I
that
thought
was
it
quite epic.
sucked.
And
One man's trash is
Yeah.
another man's treasure,
On a much higher
amigo.
level than
Absolutely.
previously now.
In this
so
case, my
it's definitely a
trash
storytelling
is your
game here.
treasure.
Yeah, so we
You want
really
the rest
wanted
of
to
this
make sure that the
apple
storytelling
core?
in PoE 2 is much better than what it was in PoE 1. Like, you know, there's a lot more kind of
Eat that shit,
yes,
bitch.
like that kind of like
These guys are
and
yippity
then
yapping a
have
little
the,
too much.
mysterious figure there who is saying, you know, no, don't
They're
do
about
this.
to touch
This
the
always turns
bottoms
out
of their
badly.
feet
You
together.
There was
know,
a comment in chat that I loved that was like, "Stop opening Eldritch boxes."
Yeah, exactly.
With the way their legs are crossed.
Why do people keep doing this?
Yeah.
I would.
If someone handed you a
Unlimited
mysterious orb,
curiosity.
wouldn't you press the button?
Yeah, I'm
So you
looking
got these-
forward
you
to
got
it. It's
these,
gonna
like,
be
two, like,
amazing, dude.
dungeons that
Did
are
you
going
see
into
all
the
the
beta
stuff they
one, but
showed?
they're
It's
done
like
very differently.
blown
One's
away.
built on
I'm
systems,
blown
like
away. I
separate
didn't
elements
expect
based
them
on
to have
its
that
scale
much
by your
endgame.
health.
If
No,
you
it's
like,
And your defense
if people asked me for the last few weeks, "Are you excited about PoE 2?" I always said, "Man, I wish it was more than just a couple acts." And holy shit, dude, it's way more than a couple acts. That's insane. It's like tons of shit.
You know,
300-pound
now with all the
essay.
system changes, all the skills and everything works like this. Just what would the perfect class be? Not like how can we have now?
Nice
like,
joke,
minus
Steel.
one,
Damn,
stuff
dude, the
like
original
that.
author is coming for you,
Same,
dude.
but then now you have the charm
Fucking
system.
Mozart's lawyers are gonna be knocking on your door. Oh shit.
So it's
Original author just showed up, dude. What's your favorite class? So far, they've all been good.
Yeah,
you know,
like how
there's
much
going to
co-op
be-
have you really?
It
done?
makes
That's
such a
insane.
massive
like,
difference
you do
being
just
able
play
to
with
move
class,
while
like,
attacking.
it's
That is so huge. If you haven't tried it yet, you're not ready for it. It's like you won't believe how good it feels. As like a sorceress, casting a spell while moving laterally and pointing in one direction, it is so satisfying. And same with like the ranger. While you're moving, you're casting, you're shooting your bow. That is like a total game changer. It's a total game changer. Did I miss any cool? Did they touch the bottoms of their feet yet? I've been waiting the whole time. Touch that shit. Thanks, Kojima's ass-shaped dick.
Then, you know, he'll drop items that have mods on them to make the trial itself harder.
The inverse of the joke. Incoming DM from Jeff. I hope not. Look, Jeff, I'm just fucking around, man. Talking about you and Kojima's dick is one of my favorite things to do, dude.